Hey, Scorpio. This will be your tarot sportscast for April 2021. This is the place where we ask the question, what sport exactly are we talking about? Well, the game of life, of course. And I know you're in it to win it, or you wouldn't be here. So the starting bell has already rung. What do you say we go find our seats and enjoy the show? Catch you on the other side. Let's begin with Yang. Scorpio, Yang, sacred, masculine, active energy. How's this for some energy? You're wearing your cloak of the Eight of Wands, that cloak that you put on when you want to be just filled with fire, vim, vigor, energy, and all the above. When I was meditating on your reading, both yin and yang for Scorpio, the sport that came to mind was hydroplane racing. And one of the things that you gotta be when you're racing a hydroplane is you gotta have energy and vim and vigor. It's fast, it's furious, and it's exciting. So as you walk into your sports arena for April, Yang, just walk in with the enthusiasm that equals the amount of excitement that's there. It's kind of that palpable feeling you can feel from an audience sometime when you walk into a stadium for a sports event or a music concert, and the air just crackles with energy. That's where you're at right now, in that soup of energy. It's fire, and there's some need to share the wealth around this card, this Eight of Wands. So be ready to work in tandem with others and to share what you know. Where are you going with it, though? Well, ultimately, you're heading for the Ace of Wands kind of a beginning, which is a nice poetry with the Eight of Wands, that the eight is fuel in it. But here's the event itself, that the Ace of Wands is perhaps you're on your way to winning your first hydroplane race. But winning, right? When you win your first race, what does that set up? It's kind of like the 10 of a suit going to the ace of a suit. There's a completion and there's a new beginning, right? Abutted against one another, right? So if you're heading for the winner's circle, remember that the winner's circle contains the energy, the potential energy that's encapsulated in a seed, let's say, that you're going to plant for the new whatever, the new beginning. That, let's say, the next race, for if you're a racer, the next race perhaps. But the idea here is that you're the one who carries this sacred contract with your soul that says, okay, I got what it takes. I'm heading for it, and I'm going to take it in with the intention of going further. That's what you carry. It's your contract. And what do you have to do to get there? Make a choice. So in the hero's journey, the number 2 is the step in the hero's journey where you're given the choice to take the adventure. You can say no. Do you want to? If you say yes, you're going to own it one way or another. You're going to own your investment in it, or you're going to own your walking away, whatever. So, and whenever you want to do any of those things, it's okay. I mean, it's your choice. But, the idea here is that you, by declaring yourself the owner of the adventure, by making the choice to go on the adventure, you are ready to also know that you are going to own the results. So walk the path, but walk it well. Walk it with eyes wide open. It's pretty exciting. I mean, it's not like necessarily in April you're going to realize the fruition of this. You could get to that end game where you do, let's say, theoretically win your first race. But the future is what holds the real uh, gold at the end of the rainbow, right? Yin, welcome and hello. And why don't we go for your investment? There have been females that have been hydroplane racers, and just like there are women that are drag racers and all that. It's like one of those sports where the sexes, it doesn't really make one better than the other. And in fact, I mean, I don't know if you know this, but women that have tested against men for reaction time for being fighter pilots in the armed forces, their reaction times are faster than men. So cool. Let's take your reaction time and react to this. React to a fork in the road of your life journey. And how does it feel? How does it feel to be the newbie in the royal court? Because now you're the page, and now you're a thinking machine, right? So, what's interesting about this as a Scorpio reading to me is that you Scorpio guys in April appear to be operating in territory that is not necessarily home ground. It's air signs and fire signs and all that. So cool. Enjoy it. it's a nice adventure. And here's yours though. A thinking, feeling machine that yin carries as a cloak, as a mantle, as a hat, a mask, whatever that's going on to the stage of life in April. That walks you in. You're already looking to me like with the ViceVersa deck, you're getting the side of the card that says you're already underway. Your path and your journey is already underway. So, how does it feel? Maybe that's all this reading is saying to you. Just a check-in. How you doing? How's it going? Because here comes an opportunity in your new endeavor, your fork in the road experience. One that you're looking at from the outside. The opportunity, let's say you walked in, became a page of swords in the court of swords, and you were in the right place on the right moment on a given day, and you heard somebody say something about being creative, being able to come up with ideas, being able to come up with solutions, being able to come up with, let's say, dressings or the kinds of things that you put up for banners, when you're going to have a festival of some sort in the court. And you go, I can do that. And they go, okay, let's see. And there's your opportunity. And that's perhaps why you checked in, because your opportunity contains that wonderful moment when you can say yes to something that your heart wanted anyway, but you didn't necessarily have a clue on how you were going to get there. Okay, here it is. In April, watch for opportunities that you can say yes to. You don't have to get distracted from the rest of your life. Just have that antenna up and guiding the way in that endeavor. And this is beautiful because this makes your pathway, that new fork in the road, makes it into something that feels friendly rather than scary or foreign or mysterious. Because lo and behold, there's the hermit holding the lantern. And also holding that sacred space where you can go perhaps and spend an evening with the hermit and ask questions, get some wisdom conveyed to you. And I don't know exactly what your endeavor is. We're not talking about individual readings here, but if there are people listening that have something that's at play already, and these kinds of sparkly moments where you get a chance to show your stuff, this this is making it into a higher vibration endeavor, because the hermit not only lights the way, there's a purpose to lighting the way. And the purpose in lighting the way is for your benefit to walk into your future self, your future evolved self. By going into the hermit's environment and through that, from the 9 to the 10, you become more than you were. And if something's been clinging in your past that wants to be let go, April could very well be the time when it could go away. Let the opportunity and the moment with the hermit wash it clean, wash it away. Ian, it looks like a beautiful and heartfelt type of a month for you. Let's talk about the environment and the weather in the stadium where you're playing where you're doing your dance, where you're having your hydroplane races. So the overall is the Fool. The situation overall is the weather of the Fool. And what kind of weather does the Fool bring? Jocularity, kind of an impish attitude, you know, maybe Scorpio, your opportunity is to come out of the depths. Maybe these endeavors and these processes that put you out of your normal environment, maybe this is what wants to bring you out of your depths for a sojourn up in the world of the not depths, the depths and the not depths. And who better to lead you on that chase than the Fool? Why? Because the Fool believes you can do it. No matter what, no matter what, try him out, hit him up for challenges. Say, okay, yeah, I don't think so. And he goes, yeah, it can. And you go, show me. And then follow the Fool. Your obstacle is a tower. So don't let this go up into the tower. Don't be up there. when, let's say the tower is your home territory where you have been, and this is going to blow you out of there. Your ivory tower where you feel all safe and secure. Well, don't be there. Be gone out of that ivory tower before the explosion happens. And you won't get caught in the explosion. It won't be abrupt. You can you can have that kind of intel, if you will, before the fact, and use the intel for you. Don't use it for others. You can if you want, but first take care of home base. Asset, strength. And with these two cards in both lines, the yang and the yin, they were both pentacles, right? With this kind of ground material world energy going on in your column, that particular column in both the yang world and the yin world for Scorpio. That's saying, I mean, that's not your home territory either necessarily, Earth with water. But this is all about Earth. And this is about having that handhold, that willingness to be mentored by the divine, being mentored by the divine. Having your hand stretched up to the heavens and down to the earth simultaneously. And getting your toes into the soil and feeling through your Yung Chan points, the energy of the earth, which infuses up through your ankles and your knees, into your hips and into your chakras, and it wants to connect also. But you can put yourself on the pathway where it wants to connect so that the earth energy courses through you as it seeks to connect with the divine. That's not woo-woo. That's down to earth. And your strength and your asset is strength. And it's the down to earth nature. Why do we even think about strength as strength? Because it takes having been around the block and doing the work to be able to connect like that with your earthly self. The part that Sting in the police saying about being spirits in a material world. That is a worthy goal, and it's what we seek. And for April, Scorpio, it's in your toolbox. Have fun with it. And potential outcome, the lovers. So again, as I look at this, there's no water here, but that's okay, because here's water, here's emotion, here's love at the end of that sojourn into out of your thinking outside the box territory. And what's there waiting for you? The ultimate connection, the ability to be fully integrated yourself, having your own internal yin and yang balanced and integrated, and then flowing from that fully integrated balance with your outside world. And that's what I wish for you in the month of April. So thanks for being here. That is your reading. I'll see you next month. Until then, be well. Love you all. Bye for now.